Good morning students, welcome to today's class. You know that in this era we are living a very comfortable and easy life, and all the credit goes to the different gadgets, automobiles and appliances which we use at everyday basis. But from where does all these appliances, gadgets or automobiles are getting energy? The answer is today's topic, that is fuel. Now how do we define fuel? Fuels are the materials that burns in presence of oxygen to produce heat. So all the fuels which is burning to produce energy will be included into this. An example is kerosene oil, LPG, diesel, etc. Now, how we are going to check whether which fuel is better and which fuel is not better? Now, what I am making a point over here about the better or which better fuel or not better fuel is that how much energy or heat is produced by a particular fuel. जैसे हर एक फ्यूल एक जैसा नहीं जलता है, कुछ फ्यूल ज़्यादा एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस करते हैं और कुछ फ्यूल जो है वो कम एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस करते हैं. On that basis we can say that which is a better fuel and which is not a better fuel. So how we are going to know that? We can understand that by the term called calorific value. What is calorific value? Calorific value is the amount of heat that is produced by burning of 1 kg of the fuel to produce heat. Means 1 kg कोई भी जो फ्यूल है 1 kg बर्न करने पर कितना हीट प्रोड्यूस करता है वो पता चलता है, उसके कैलोरीफिक वैल्यू को बताता है. किसी का कैलोरीफिक वैल्यू ज्यादा है और किसी का कैलोरीफिक वैल्यू कम है. तो हम सबसे पहले डेफिनेशन लिखेंगे कैलोरीफिक वैल्यू की. व्हाट इज कैलोरीफिक वैल्यू? इट इज द अमाउंट ऑफ हीट produced by burning of 1 kg of fuel. It is expressed in the form of SI unit of calorific value is kilojoules per kilogram or joules per gram. So this value tell us whether a fuel is good or not good, means whether a fuel is efficient or not efficient. For example, the fuel like kerosene, like diesel or petrol gives 40 kilojoules, whereas wood has a less calorific value, around 17 kilojoules. So definitely petrol or diesel are much more efficient than the wood. Therefore calorific value tell us about the efficiency of a fuel. Its calorific value also determines by complete burning of a known mass of the given fuel. Do write that thing also in your notebook, that calorific value is determined by the complete burning of known mass of a given fuel. So we can tell about the efficiency of fuel by this term. Now you can see into your textbook there is a complete list of the fuels which we regularly use, which is commonly used, and their calorific value, and you can easily compare them according to their calorific value, that which is good and which is not that good. Now we will move to the next topic. Now the next topic is about the different types of fuel. If you remember, we have discussed this topic earlier also, that fuels can be easily classified on the basis of their state in which they exist into solid, liquid and gaseous fuel. I am going to repeat that topic, that there are fuels can be of 3 different types: solid fuel, liquid fuel, gaseous fuel. I am writing two examples of each. Solid fuel like wood, cow dung cakes, liquid fuels like kerosene, petrol, and gaseous fuels like CNG and LPG. Now, the liquid fuel is a volatile liquid which vaporizes when it starts burning. So these are the three different types of fuels which are categorized under the topic fuel. Now we'll move to see that which fuel can be regarded as a good fuel. Means किस fuel को हम अच्छा fuel कहेंगे, वो हम अब next topic में discuss करेंगे. We will move to the next topic, that is about the good fuel. Which fuel can be regarded as a good fuel? There are a lot of points which should be considered before telling that whether this fuel is good or whether it is not good, because all the fuels are burning to produce energy and all are burning with the ignition temperature. So which fuel can be called as more efficient? Now calorific value do matter, but always having a high calorific value is not going to work. For example, in case of hydrogen gas, it is having 150 kilojoules per kg calorific value, but we cannot use hydrogen gas for our daily needs because having such a high calorific value, it may explode when we are using it. When it is coming in contact with air, it will definitely explode. Then it is not going to be useful. मतलब अगर हम high calorific value को ही एक point रखते हैं कि हम उसका इस्तेमाल कर सके उन फ्यूल्स को जिसका हाई कैलोरीफिक वैल्यू है, तो वो हमारे फायदे का नहीं है, क्योंकि हाइड्रोजन गैस विच इज हैविंग अ हाई कैलोरीफिक वैल्यू वो एक्सप्लोड करेगा अगर हम उसका इस्तेमाल करते हैं. तो किन चीजों का ध्यान देना है जब हम गुड फ्यूल को कंसीडर कर रहे हैं. नाउ फॉर दैट आई एम गोइंग टू राइट फ्यू पॉइंट्स हियर. गुड फ्यूल, फॉर गुड फ्यूल very important is easy to transport. Then comes easy to store, high calorific value, ignition temperature above than room temperature, cheap, readily available, burns at moderate speed, non-polluting, leaves less residue. So here you can see that I have mentioned some point. I am going to explain it one by one. For example, easy to transport. Now you know that not every place has a source of energy or source of fuel. So it should be used. It should be transported easily. Then easy to store also, because that will make it very convenient to use. High calorific value is very important, because if it is having high calorific value means burning less fuel, producing more energy. Ignition temperature above the room temperature. This is really very important, because if it is below the room temperature or at room temperature, it can catch fire anytime. So it should have a ignition temperature above than the room temperature. Now, and burning of it should leave less residue, otherwise it's going to be very harmful. Then it should be cheap, so that easily can be afforded by a lot of people. Readily available, can be taken by people easily. And burns at moderate speed. It should not burn very fast or should not burn very slow, otherwise it will not be very much useful to the consumers. And very important, it should be non-polluting, means producing less pollution. So it is very important that a good fuel should have all these points then it can be very much useful. For example, some fuels which we use regularly like petrol, diesel, kerosene oil, LPG, CNG, they come along into this, whereas CNG and LPG are more useful because they are non-polluting. They are not at all producing any harmful gases which can be harmful to us. We will tackle that in our next topic about how the combustion can be very harmful to us. Now we will move to the next topic, that is about harmful effects of the burning of fuels. Burning of fuel is a very hazardous phenomenon because it is producing a lot of such substances which are becoming very harmful for the environment and human beings and other life forms. So now topic is harmful effects of burning of fuels. All these fuels which I have mentioned contains carbon, means everything, like whether it is wood, cow dung cake, or if it is like kerosene oil, diesel, petrol, anything like that contains carbon. So whenever it is burning, it will produce carbon dioxide because it is containing carbon. It will produce carbon monoxide if insufficient supply of oxygen is there. It will produce many other gases such as sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide if it is containing traces of sulfur or nitrogen. So all these are combined together to give a very harmful effect to the environment. We are going to tackle that one by one. I am going to first start with the very first thing, that is about carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is produced burns with insufficient supply of oxygen. So burning of fuel in insufficient supply of oxygen. When this happens, it happens when we are using fuel in a closed room and then it is not getting enough oxygen. So at that time it starts producing carbon monoxide. Now what is the harmful effect of carbon monoxide? Carbon monoxide is an odorless, colorless gas. Means you are not going to find it out whether that gas has already started evolving inside the room. And continuous inhalation of this gas will lead to lot of problems such as nausea, feeling giddiness and headache. And if it is been there for a long time and if people are inhaling this gas for a long time, it can also lead to death due to suffocation. So carbon monoxide is actually a very toxic, or you can say dangerous gas. Now what happens that carbon monoxide, when it is inhaled inside us, it will produce carboxyhemoglobin. Now you may have studied in your class 7th that during transportation of substances, the oxygen combined with hemoglobin that is present in the blood and makes it reach to each and every part of the body. So the compound formed over here is oxyhemoglobin. Now what does carbon monoxide does? Carbon monoxide क्या करता है? जब हम कार्बन मोनोक्साइड को इनहेल करते हैं, कार्बन मोनोक्साइड क्या करता है, एक दूसरा प्रोडक्ट बनाता है जिसको हम कहते हैं कार्बोक्सी हीमोग्लोबिन. ये क्या करता है, ये ऑक्सी हीमोग्लोबिन को धीरे धीरे हटाते जाता है और उसकी जगह लेते जाता है. मतलब ये आपके बॉडी में ऑक्सीजन की मात्रा को कम कर रहा है. सो धीरे धीरे जो पर्सन इसको इनहेल कर रहा है उसे फील नहीं होता है, पर वो थोड़ा उसको चक्कर आने लगते हैं, उसके सर में दर्द होने लगता है, और अगर वो लंबे समय तक इसे इनहेल कर रहा है तो इससे डेथ भी हो सकती है. तो वो इंसान सफोकेशन से उसकी डेथ हो जाती है. इसलिए ये सुझाव दिया जाता है, इट इज ऑलवेज गिवन अ सजेशन दैट वन शुड नेवर यूज एनी बर्निंग सब्सटेंस डायरेक्टली इनसाइड द रूम एंड कीप इट क्लोज। लाइक नॉर्थ इंडिया में कई बार क्या करते हैं लोग, जब बहुत ज्यादा ठंड होती है, जहां पर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी उतनी ज्यादा नहीं है, या गांव वगैरह में सिगरी या अंगीठी का इस्तेमाल किया जाता है, और उसको इस्तेमाल करने के बाद जब वो गर्म होता है कमरे में रखकर लोग सो जाते हैं, जिसके कारण कई लोगों की सफोकेशन से डेथ हो चुकी है। तो वन ऑफ द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट harmful effect of burning of fuel is the release of carbon monoxide, which can lead to death of many people, and it is very dangerous. Now the next product is carbon dioxide. Any substance which is producing energy, means all the combustible substance will definitely produce carbon dioxide when they are burning, because they all are made up of carbon. So carbon dioxide is the main substance, main product that is released in this process. Now this carbon dioxide is inside the atmosphere. Now what is the harmful thing about it? You know that carbon dioxide is very important because it is used in the process of photosynthesis, and therefore it cannot be dangerous to us, but it is dangerous. And how it is dangerous? For example, I am going to draw a diagram over here. This is your earth, and earth has a blanket of gases all around it, which is called as atmosphere. One of the very important phenomena that is being experienced by the presence of carbon dioxide is the trapping of heat. Means whenever sun radiation comes to the earth, this radiation is very less part of it is reflected, while most of the part remain inside the earth atmosphere. Now how it is dangerous over here? As you know that to make our life comfortable, to make life possible on earth, carbon dioxide is needed. Means if carbon dioxide would not have been there in the atmosphere of earth, life would not have been possible. Why and how? Because carbon dioxide जो है वो आपके अर्थ को गर्म रखता है, ये सन की रेडिएशन को ट्रैप करता है, पकड़ता है और इसे बाहर जाने नहीं देता, जिससे हमारे अर्थ का टेम्परेचर गर्म रहता है। जब अर्थ में लाइफ शुरू हुई थी, उसका सबसे बड़ा क्रेडिट, वन ऑफ द क्रेडिट गोज टू द carbon dioxide, because it keeps the earth warmer for the life to sustain. Now what happens when more and more carbon dioxide is releasing? It's just like in case of winter, जैसे ठंड में आप लोगों को ठंड लगती है और आप ब्लैंकेट ओढ़ते हैं, बहुत ज्यादा ठंड है, आपने एक ब्लैंकेट ओढ़ा हुआ है, आपको कंफर्टेबल लग रहा है, देन आपने, अगर मैं उसके ऊपर दूसरा ब्लैंकेट डाल दूं तब आपको थोड़ा गर्मी लगेगी, बट यू स्टिल विल बी एबल टू सस्टेन। बट मैं इसके ऊपर एक और ब्लैंकेट डाल देती हूँ, तब आपको बहुत ज्यादा गर्मी लगने लग जाएगी। फिर मैं और ब्लैंकेट डालती जाती हूँ, कम से कम मैंने 7-8 लेयर ब्लैंकेट की डाल दी, तो शायद आप ब्लैंकेट को बर्दाश्त नहीं कर पाएंगे, क्योंकि उससे गर्मी बहुत ज्यादा हो जाएगी, जिससे आपको अनकंफर्टेबल लगेगा। कुछ उसी तरीके का माहौल हो रहा है जब हम जो है फ्यूल्स को जला रहे हैं। कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इज नॉट डेंजरस टू अस, इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज इट इज यूज्ड इन सो मेनी प्रोसेस, बट if carbon dioxide is been increasing day by day due to burning of fuels, due to deforestation, then that can be a very big problem for us, because more carbon dioxide means more trapping of it. So what is the carbon dioxide is doing? It is trapping heat from sun, and it is making our earth more warmer and warmer, which is leading to global warming. आई थिंक शायद ही कोई होगा जिसे ग्लोबल वार्मिंग के बारे में नहीं पता होगा कि ग्लोबल वार्मिंग आज की सबसे बड़ी इन्वायरमेंटल कंसर्न है। ग्लोबल वार्मिंग क्या है? ग्लोबल वार्मिंग जो है वो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड से होती है, बट ग्लोबल वार्मिंग और ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट ये दोनों चीजें इंटर रिलेटेड है, बट सेम नहीं है, ये ध्यान रखिएगा। जो ट्रैपिंग ऑफ हीट है फ्रॉम द सन, दैट इज ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट, और उससे बढ़ने वाली गर्मी को हम ग्लोबल वार्मिंग कहते हैं। मतलब when the carbon dioxide is trapping more and more heat, it is leading to the increase in the temperature of earth, that is global warming. So what is global warming? It is the let me write the definition. Now I am writing the definition of global warming. Global warming is the phenomenon of increasing of Earth's temperature by trapping of sun's radiation by carbon dioxide. So now I think you have understood that what is global warming. ग्लोबल वार्मिंग ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट की वजह से होता है और इससे अर्थ का टेम्परेचर बढ़ता जा रहा है। ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट एक इफेक्ट है, मतलब अर्थ के आ रही सन की हीट को ट्रैप करना और उससे होने वाले जो इन्वायरमेंटल कंसर्न है वो ग्लोबल वार्मिंग कहलाता है। ग्लोबल वार्मिंग इज बिकमिंग अ वेरी बिग एनवायरमेंटल कंसर्न ओवर द फ्यू ईयर्स। व्हाई? विल टैकल दैट इन आवर नेक्स्ट टॉपिक, दैट इज अबाउट ग्लोबल वार्मिंग। In our last topic, we discussed about global warming and the causes, how greenhouse effect contribute to global warming. We have seen that the rising temperature of the earth leads to a lot of problems, and we are going to see the next thing, that is consequences of global warming. Now, one of the biggest consequences of global warming is melting of glaciers. Which leads to excessive floods. Means whenever there will be melting of glaciers, this will lead to lot of water in the rivers, leading to floods in the low-lying area and the plain areas. Now this will continue for some time, and after that, when already the glaciers have melted out, then it will lead to severe droughts. Next consequence of global warming is rise in temperature of earth, which will lead to breeding of many microorganisms, which in turn will lead to severe breakout of diseases. Lot of other consequences of global warming, such as there will be rise in the water level of ocean, which will definitely submerge the low-lying areas. Which will include some countries and some coastal parts of the different countries. Apart from this, the increased level of water in the ocean will lead to more number of cyclones, which we are seeing in the recent days, where every year there are more and more cyclones occurring. This is due to the change in the temperature of the ocean. Now this is some of the consequences of global warming, but global warming is not only one of the harmful effect of the burning of fuels. There are more effects. One of such effect is the effect of acid rain. So the next topic in harmful effects of burning fuels is acid rain. As we know that some of the fuels contain traces of sulfur and nitrogen. This sulfur and nitrogen, when burns, it burns in presence of oxygen, forming sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide. Now, both of these gases are very poisonous gases. If it is inhaled, it can lead to many respiratory problems. And plus, if it mixes with water, it forms sulfurous acid and nitric acid, both of which constitute together to form acid rain. Now everyone knows about acid rain. What is acid rain? It is a rain in which there are amount of sulfurous acid and nitric acid, and this acid rain is very common in those areas where there are factories which use coal as their primary fuel. For example, Taj Mahal has been a very good example of the aftermath of acid rain, where acid rain has led to the marble cancer or yellowing of the marble in Taj Mahal. This acid rain is having a lot of bad effects. For example, we have seen one effect in Taj Mahal where the monuments are being affected by acid rain. Apart from this, it is very harmful for the soil, it is very harmful for the plants and animals. In together, we can say acid rain is again one of the hazardous harmful effect of the burning of fuels. Apart from this, what are other harmful effects of burning of fuels? Now, as we know that not always there is complete combustion of fuels. Not every fuel burns in complete manner to produce the energy. There are some fuel which does not burn properly and they lead to unburnt carbon particles. This unburnt carbon particle can also be a very bad to our health, because if we inhale these unburnt carbon particles, it can lead to many respiratory problems, for example, asthma, bronchitis and many more. So these unburnt carbon particles which remain suspended in the atmosphere are called as suspended particulate matter. So one of other effect of burning of fuels is SPM, suspended particulate matter, which is formed due to unburnt carbon particles, leading to lots of respiratory diseases. Now the last one in this topic is fly ash. Now this fly ash is produced in thermal power stations and by burning of fuels it forms fly ash, which consists of alumina, silica, oxides of iron, magnesium and calcium. Plus it contains lot of other poisonous metals such as lead, arsenic and cobalt. Now this fly ash, since it is mixing with the air, it is very dangerous. It becomes airborne and it irritates the skin, nose, respiratory system, eyes, skin. All this has been affected by fly ash. Apart from these other harmful effects, few more harmful effects of burning of fuels are like nitrogen, which is mixed in oxygen and in petrol engines. It mixes to form nitrogen dioxide, which is a brown color, reddish brown color gas, which is very irritating to the body, to the skin, to the eyes. And the solid fuels, when it is leaving residue, this residue is when disposed in water, it can lead to land and air water pollution, which can be again very dangerous. So in this topic we have studied about the harmful effects of burning of fuels, and in this chapter we have studied that what is combustion, how is this useful to us, and what are the conditions essential for the process of combustion. Apart from these, we have studied about the types of combustion and how the combustion can be tested, all this type of combustion can be tested. Then we moved towards the last topic, that was burning of fossil fuels.